Honestly, I have no idea where to start with this. Hi, my name is Lucid, and today I'm sitting down and conducting an unbiased ranking of each Thunderfield member's best 5 songs. Yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. Now, I'd expect you to be asking, what the fuck is Thunderfield? And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard to explain. And to be completely honest with you, I think you're better off not knowing who or what they are, because they all suck at making music anyways. It's just a waste of time. Regardless, this is how things are going to work today. So there are 10 Thunderfield members, and we're going to listen to their top 5 songs in my personal opinion. I don't care what they say. It's all about me today, because fuck them. We'll then rank them accordingly on the tier list, and so the way they're ordered is going down the left. First is at the top, 10th is at the bottom. Basically, it's just how they're ordered in the lore. Doesn't really matter. And so we're going to add each song and rank them accordingly, in my opinion. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start with arguably the most controversial and the worst Thunderfield member. Glory be to the Masked Tyrant. Starting with Thunderfield member number 1, we have Rain King. Now, Rain King is arguably the most well-known Thunderfield member and the most popular Thunderfield member. I'm literally in love with him. I would kiss him up and down all over his body. I love him so much. Regardless of that, he makes awful fucking music, and I mean awful, and somehow it still gains traction. I mean, he has hundreds of songs. If you scroll through Thunderfield, there's just so many of just his, and there's no new album besides Quran 2. I mean, come on, little bro. You have such a big backlog, you need to pick this shit up. Though, after wading through his shit show, here what I found to be some of my favorites of his. So first, before we start with the actual ranking, we're going to start with some honorable mentions first. The first honorable mention that we have is going to be Thunderfield 624, titled Glimmer. While this one is a banger, in my opinion, it barely scrapes by on this list. This is due personally, and I know this was supposed to be unbiased, but I can't play the drum part in this song. I really want to, and I can't. So fuck that. Fuck this song. It's asked for that. Fuck it. And it's completely unfair. Though the message of it is still really nice, and the lyrics hold a strong weight to me. The message is a punchy one, and the main riff is really, really catchy. So I'm not going to change the song for a little bit. I'm not going to move on because I would like you all to enjoy this song. So we're just going to let it play out for a minute and just let it run. Anyways, after Glimmer, the rest of these become really hard to rank. So the next honorable mention that we have is Thunderfield 629, titled Ella Song. Now, Ella Song is a more somber and quiet song, which is a big rarity among all the ranking songs. He doesn't really make songs like this, and he personally says he doesn't enjoy making them, though he makes them every now and again just when he just feels inspired to do so. And personally, this one hits really close to home for me, as the guitar sounds as if it weeps and walks gently. It screams of longing, which is a very uncommon theme amongst all ranking songs. This song is a hidden gem amongst the rest, and I really wish it had more recognition because it is one of my all-time favorites.
Her mouth isn't fatal, but the song he wanted wasn't playing, or able to be picked off of the tip of her tongue. This really doesn't fit him all that much.
Okay, top 5, let's go. So sitting at number 5 for ranking, we have Thunderfield 590, titled Crooked Clocks. Crooked Clocks is a very bright and more upbeat tune, which is a big rarity amongst ranking songs. Most of his songs, I feel, are definitely more of the moodier and mid-range sort of feel, whereas this one is very bright, it's very clean, and it's very springy. It likes to be noticed as a very upbeat, happy tune. Though fans alike aren't going to deny that this is one of the best songs he has to offer, and I mean that. The chorus hook sticks in my brain, truly. I've woken up so many times in the morning, either humming the chorus of the song, or just the words of the chorus repeating over and over like some sort of mantra. The words stick very, very well, and the composition of the song is very legendary. It's one of his best of all time, in my opinion. It's truly phenomenal, and I really wish you'd play this one live more often. Sitting in at number 4, we have a very, very slept-on song. To be completely honest with you, I don't give a fuck that it's one of the shit picks. It's one of my personal favorites, and it deserves to be on the top 5 list. The number 4 spot goes to one of the funniest Rain King songs, Thunderfield 604, titled Rain King Funeral. Holy fuck, I love this song. It's so fucking silly. This song talks about absolutely nothing and everything all at once, and that speaks volumes about the psyche of the masked tyrant. I find myself turning on this song whenever I have a bad day in order to get a quick laugh. The lyrics are just so fucking silly and just so fun to sing along to. The beat is phenomenal. It goes so fucking hard for no reason. He absolutely cooked with this one. I mean, God, the last lines, Rain King carry his business as usual, Rain King marriage at the Rain King funeral, goes so hard. Yeah, it's literally peak. Fuck you if you disagree. Okay, time for the big 3. Number 3 goes to one of the most, if not the most, ambitious Thunderfield project to date. Third place goes to Thunderfield 600, titled The Willow. It's also called that as too, if you didn't know. You should definitely go check it out. It's one of their best songs, in my opinion. Now, I know this is supposed to be really unbiased, but I'm featured in the beginning of this song, and that's the only reason it's featured so high. I fucking love this song. It is so good. And low-key, I fucking hit with that. I hit with that spoken word. Just give it a go. Let's give it a listen right now. Let's see how hard I hit with that.
Born of earth and stone, molded by star and sky, the masked tyrant may only walk so far, for he is met with the mirror of mortality, and forced to bear witness to the wickedness of transgressions unspoken, and briars draped across whimpered brows, and hoisted upon sorrow's sonnets. This marks the last stand of the masked tyrant.
Like, you cannot tell me I didn't hit. Anyways, so the sheer power of this song is completely insane. A lot of the lyrics and motifs of the song are so brash, you can't help but become enraptured by this song. The visual of the art is stunning. The execution on the song, every part of it, is phenomenal. Just the layers upon layers upon layers of it just hit so unbelievably hard. It is one of Rain King's and the entire Thunderfield project's best songs to date.
And for every breath you take, I'll take 3. The stars will drown tied to the ships as the waves and seas curl its wicked lips.
So we're going to skip to the best part, though, in my opinion, so you guys can go ahead and listen to the peak that is The Willow.
'cause there's no words left to mutter. Their throats dry with blood. There's no starfall. You shadow like glass. Be careful. What matters won't last. A wish from the black hole beckoning. A message left in cassette. The sun was quenched so easily. Are you one to forget? You haven't grown up at all. You haven't grown up at all.
Like, just hear that. Just hear how good and powerful that was. Holy fuck. Good lord. I fucking love this song. It is undeniably one of the best, and it deserves the top 3 spot. Now, number 2 is a very controversial take. What is riddled as the best ranking song and the ranking song, as in, whenever you think of ranking, this is the first one that comes to everyone's mind. I guarantee if I could walk up to any one of the Thunderfield members and Rankings fans that know about Thunderfield, I would ask them, what's your favorite ranking song? They tell you this one. Number 2 goes to Thunderfield 468, titled Wide-Eyed. This is Ranking's most popular song, and it's rightfully so. It deserves to be its most popular. This gets little explanation, as I'll just let the song do most of the talking, because you deserve to hear how phenomenal this song is.
And my iron hides too cold underneath the soft and warm linen sheets. Oh, you're wide-eyed at the gates to my palace. Just don't feel right. Large walls as big as bodice, and I can't imagine the person holding me was the one I was hanging from the willow tree.
I have to say that this song changed the way I approach my life. It really did. And it has inspired so much of my own works, both musically and with literature works. This is a phenomenal song. It's beautiful. It is by far one of the best songs I've ever heard. I wouldn't claim this as it. I would let him decide if this is true, but in my opinion, this is his magnum opus. He peaked here. I believe that, and it's so good. This is his best song. You know, to that end, I owe The Masked Tyrant to my life for just the power of this song. Truly, it's a masterpiece. I can't speak anymore on it. I'll let it play, just so you can truly hear how good of a song this is.
Oh, now you're wide-eyed like a snake up a ladder, rolling dice like a risk-addicted gambler. And I can't imagine the person killing me was the one who would capture the flag from the city. Oh, you wide-eyed at the gates to my palace, just don't feel right. The largest walls as big as bodice, and I can't imagine the person holding me was the one sabotaging every word I speak. Oh no, I just can't imagine the person holding me wasn't even laughing while hanging from the tree.
All right, so I have to note this. I forgot to note this a moment ago, but Wide-Eyed barely fell short of number 1, and I mean that. It was a really tough battle between 1 and 2, and it just barely fell short of 1. Now, without further ado, number 1, and to completely preface and to completely be as transparent as I can be, number 1 is an ass pull, and I mean that. Holy fuck, it's an ass pull. I'm about to let down so many fans. Regardless of that, number 1, without further ado, is Thunderfield 198, titled Nice to Meet You. Also featured on Rain King's debut album, Kurantu. Highly recommend to go check it out. It just got taken off of Spotify not too long ago, but it should be back up. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Go listen to it. Phenomenal album. Best song on the record. Anyways, back to the purpose of the video. I love this song. I resonate with it. This song is literally me. I self-identify with it. If I was a song, I'm nice to meet you. The lyrics of this song are both sweet and serious, which is so phenomenal to pull off. It's so pleasant to the ears to listen to, and I love the overall message. I just love the tonality of it. I love the 3 different just mood changes in the song, and it just highlights how talented of a musician Rain King really is. And I don't want that to go to his head. This guy still fucking sucks. Don't get me wrong. But this song is his number 1 song in my opinion. It is his best song. It's just, I don't know what to say about it. I just love it. I think what really stuck with me is when he played this live. I remember the first time I ever heard it live, and it resonated with me. I loved it. I just loved how fast he played it. I loved the ferocity of it. It's just, I'm going to play that clip right now. Here we go. Boom. There it goes. Live performance of Rain King in the Black Box. Take a look.
In the middle of the night, I will be inside in the blood-colored sheets, and right between your eyes, I will be here tomorrow, I will be here tonight. Let the worlds collide and watch the birds take in flight. Da 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 da. I'll play a softer one.
Yeah, this guy's literally my goat. Like, I love that song. So good, so peak, so nice. Yeah, so I'm not gonna apologize for all those ass pulls. I really don't care, because this is my list, not yours. And to be completely transparent with you all, Rain King ranks as one of the most tame, if not the most tame picks. So as we delve deeper into this entire list and the rest of the members, it just gets worse and 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 worse. Okay, so this next member is a very, very special one. Currently, they're on hiatus, and to be honest, I really hope they come back soon. But right now, we'll be discussing the infamous artificial lord, Aleatory. Now, I have to preface Aleatory is a gifted musician, one of the best, if not the best, Thunderfield member, just musically. Granted, though, it's not that hard to be that good when you're surrounded by absolute and utter shit. I mean, we just heard Rain King. That was pretty ass. I mean, I can't blame them for not having an album out because it's all fucking doo-doo shit fart. But still, regardless of any of that, I really enjoy their music. I really do. A lot of their influences, in my opinion, from what I can tell, build off of my own music interests, and I really like that, and so it leads me to resonate with a lot of their music more. So yeah, knowing all of this, let's go ahead and just get started and dive right into their honorable mentions. To start with this, the first honorable mention that we have of Aleatory's is Thunderfield 499, Setting Stone. Similar to Rain King, Aleatory had a lot of bangers going through this entire list. I mean, they have their own playlist on Thunderfield, and just sorting through and sifting through all of the Aleatory specific songs, it was really hard. I'd say it was the hardest one next to N, but we'll get to that one later. Still, Setting Stone, in my opinion, is a very, very simple yet expressive song, and you can see that in all of it. I do know that it builds off of a song that I will not mention, but you can definitely see the influences, and it doesn't take away from the song. If anything, it builds to it. It gives it a recognizable sort of feel to it that I already know, and so I've already grown accustomed to it. And it just sounds very pleasant. I love the story and narrative that it is. Overall, the lyrics of the song speak very heavily about the narrative if you can parse through it. While I know little about the overarching narrative, if you listen very closely, you can get hints at what Aleatory is, as well as other parts of the cast and just the story overall. Truly, it's a beautiful song. If you even look at the thumbnail, it shows you all of the members of Thunderfield. It just shows how encompassing a lot of Aleatory's music is from this point forward.
So come and get it. Anchors drop from the ship. The planet's out of orbit. They send me signals to it, but I don't recognize it.
Our second honorable mention is Thunderfield 103, titled Vesper. And I know this one, especially for a few of the Thunderfield members, this one's going to be kind of a shitter pool, just because it's so low on the list. It didn't even make top 5. But don't get me wrong, it's still one of his best. I love Vesper a lot. So, to be also transparent as well with this song in particular, there are a few more songs on this list that are part of the same category as Vesper. So keep that in mind. All of them are phenomenal. It's just these are the best of the total 5 of the series that there are. This one barely fell as an honorable mention. You know, Aleatory's lyrics are haunting, but in a very good way. They stick with you. He tells a story in Vesper, and it's beautifully executed and one that I can relate to and see myself in.
I want to tell you all the ways you graze the air when you play your waves, but you already know, and I won't let go, you remains.
On to his top 5, these grow harder and harder to decide on where they fall. A few of these are actually tied with one another in so many aspects, especially the last 2. So push comes to shove, and I'm going to have to rank them accordingly numerically because we can't have any ties, because in my opinion, that just makes for a really shitty list. So here we go. Coming in at number 5, we have Thunderfield 177, Birth in the Bog. I have to note, the atmosphere, the ambience, the tension, it all just mounts into a very chilling song, and it speaks of a story of the damned that I feel. It's truly beautiful. A common theme in all of Aleatory's songs is storytelling, that of which I love. I really love narrative. I feel they all build a narrative and connect in one fashion or another. You can sit down and you can pick any Aleatory song and attempt to connect with another, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to find some connection, either to another song or just the overarching narrative. And this song in particular is of no exception. It's truly phenomenal the work that he did.
Too soon, step in my shoes. I see the moon by late noon. Oh, and neighbors and good people fall fast asleep. Then comes labor and food that we scrounge from the street.
Number 4 is an absolute banger. Sitting in at number 4, we have Thunderfield 87, Our Burial Ground. I really, really resonate with this song. It feels as if he has taken the words of the own deepest, darkest pits of myself and have manifested it into a true work of art. I would give anything to hear this song again for the very first time. It just speaks volumes.
Just listening to all it says, could you turn the screws inside, does something right? I'm not myself, tonight the world's too loud. And I could have sworn we all were praying to something deep inside the moon. There must be reason you're leaving so soon. There's a line in every mouse. There's history in this house. There's always something going on under.
There's not a lot I can say about this song, to be quite honest with you. I'm at a loss for words when I listen to it, so I'm just going to let it play for a little bit so you guys can just attempt to see what I feel about this song.
Louder, and ask for some sort of meaning, but they're the prouder ones, and soon you'll all be leaving, hoping there's no drag, and I'll be stuck here singing all the things he says. I see the time when Mom and I had our first fight. My brain is full, the night break me out, and I know there's something that my friends won't tell me just to keep me happy. Where is the meaning underneath all this crap? There's resentment in your spouse.
Alrighty, we're going to the big three now. Yippee! So I have to say that the rest here are very, very difficult to rank, with the top two being tied, actually. So we're going to start with 3, obviously. So sitting at number 3, we have Thunderfield 159, titled For Kivia. Initially, this one was meant to be ranked as number 1. For the longest time, this was my favorite Aleatory song, until about the other day when I was planning this video, I sat down and listened to a bunch of more of Aleatory's work. And this one kind of fell, but don't get me wrong, it's still phenomenal. It's still great. I love it. I love it. I still love it. I mean, I love the opening and just the wall of fuzz I am met with. You know, it just builds, and then it just crashes into beautifully sorrowful lyrics. Not only that, he mentions My Little Sister. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love a Rain King callback? Everyone loves a Rain King callback. You know, overall, this song tells a story of a voyage that I feel I've been whisked on. It's truly a masterpiece, and so I want to let it play again and just let it play out. Just so you guys can just attempt to be whisked out on this journey, just as I have.
Oh my, don't run away from me no more. My child, can't even place your own 2 feet on the floor. To see if I could relieve a grieving woman's love for absentee, a melody so eerie. Oh my, don't lie to anyone no more. Wide-eyed, how do you cover up the grime on your soul?
Like I said a moment ago, these next 2 are personally tied for first place, but still we're going to rank them as separate titles just because it's a list and that's the only fair way of doing it. So at the number 2 spot, we have Thunderfield 557, titled Living Ground. Holy shit. The peak that is this song. Aleatory has such a talent to grip listeners with raging intensity and tension that bellows out the haunting lyrics. I mean, just the wall of sound that I've met with. I love walls of sound, by the way. I love a lot of ambience. It's just great. It builds so much and adds so much to the piece. The visual aid of the thumbnail, the meanings of the words, and just the vibes of the song. It's truly his masterpiece. It haunts my thoughts in the story of Thunderfield, and he does such a good job of expanding the traditional genre of Thunderfield and taking it to darker roots. As seen in the later parts of the song, we'll go ahead and skip to there right now after letting it play for a little bit, so we can just hear what I'm talking about. Just take a listen and allow it to take you to the living ground. Finally, at the number one spot, this one really surprised me. I never expected this to be at number one, but here we are with it. So after listening to it again, the number one spot goes to Thunderfield 300, Vuhor.
Stare out from the mirror.
I forgot to mention previously that all Centennial songs are usually group projects, as can be seen in 600 and some of the later titles that will be featured in this video. But they all take contributions from the other Thunderfield members, with one mainly being the backbone of it, and just mashing it all together to create such a beautiful song.
It won't ever be okay again, but it's okay in the end. It's okay if it won't ever be okay again, but it's okay in the end. It's okay.
The opening chorus of Vuhor is so stunning. The bridge of the song is so pure and blissful, and it just beckons me and asks me to reflect on what I am and what I hold dear. This is one of the only Thunderfield songs that asks me, what am I? What am I? It builds such a beautiful story, and just the layers it mounts to contribute to the never-ending narrative that the artificial Lord wishes to create. I mean, just take a listen to the moving parts of Aleatory and the piece of Vuhor. Yeah, we sort of peaked there. There is no other member that does it quite like Aleatory, if I'm being completely honest, and for the rest of this video, it's all downhill from here. If you thought the last two were shit, I am so sorry, you're better off clicking away right now. For this next member, though, we'll be covering none other than the Pumpkin Prince themselves, Jörg the Witch. Jörg is a very different Thunderfield member, in that a majority of their work is accompanied by visual aids and music videos, which isn't necessarily a rarity amongst other Thunderfield members, but still it's uncommon over the cast alike. Their music also stands as one of the earliest adopters of a more ambient style of music for Thunderfield, which can be seen all the way back pre-100 and post-100. They were very quick to adopt a sort of less lyrics, more feel to their music, which is beautiful. Not only that, most of their songs sort of have an epic ring to them, like something you hear in the fantasy genre, which is awesome. Though, saying all of this and gassing up Jörg, I also have to note that they have been cited as having questionable behavior towards some of the other members of the cast. So, yeah, you kind of have to keep that in mind when you're dealing with Jörg. Though, with that out of the way, let's dive into their honorable mentions. Sitting at the first honorable mention spot, we have Thunderfield 42, titled Sling Your Stone. I have to say that this one goes hard. It really does. But I mean hard as in a sort of like Scott Pilgrim kind of way. It kind of sounds like it was ripped out of the movie. But still, jokes aside, the main riff rips into your mind and carries the entire song to new heights, which is legendary. Accompanied by the occasional piano breaks as well, the song sounds like an early game boss fight, and I really enjoy it. I'm a big fan of this style of music, so I'll just let it play for a few moments so you can get a feel for it. In the next honorable mention spot, we have Thunderfield 334, Between Worlds and Time. This is one of the few Thunderfield lo-fi tracks in the entire series, and man, it's beautifully executed. Just the song, the visuals, just all of it, it's wonderful. I wish I could expand the list and place this one outside of the honorable mentions because it deserves an actual ranking, but there's just not enough spots for that to happen.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
This mystique of the song, the tranquility of the visuals, and the fact that Evangelion is mentioned, I'm literally Shinji Ikari. It all just mounts to a song that whispers to the soul, and it just wishes for something greater of myself. So moving on to their top 5, I have to say that the Pumpkin Prince's top 5 are truly extraordinary. Number 5 goes to Thunderfield 410, Sunder and Wonder. Sunder and Wonder is very much a singer-songwriter style song that I feel, and then it eventually builds into a grander scheme as the song continues on.
Come see the sea in its glorious might. Channel the channel, you're ready to fight. Fight for the feelings you'll soon have to face. Wander and wander.
To me,
this place.
the song speaks of coming of age. It tells about the journey of climbing insurmountable odds and rising above our shells as mortals. Truly, what Jörg provides here is beautiful.
Trust too small for your eyes. Tell the sun a good morning before he must fly. Fathom and father these things that you yearn. Travel this journey and learn. You're alone.
Moving to number 4, we begin to explore a lot more of the ambient and 8-bit-esque songs that the Pumpkin Prince has to offer, like I had stated earlier in the video. Number 4 is Thunderfield 298, Call to Fathom. Call to Fathom is one of those tracks I see in a dark fantasy edit, though I really rock with that. This is a great example of the themes of Jörg and what they provide. I find that I enjoy this song so much because it reminds me of one of my favorite games, that being Cave Story. It's fucking awesome. You should go check it out if you've never heard of that game. Furthermore, I see myself exploring the depths of a dank cave and emerging victorious after ridding it of its perpetual sin. Jörg has illustrated their ability to speak volumes without speaking a single word. Alrighty, now it's time for the next 3. Thunderfield 417, titled Combo's Grand Reopening, hails the number 3 spot.
It's been a year, and I'm sure all you single Pringles have been waiting. Well, wait no longer, and have no fear, 'cause the premier nightclub for singles is back for another year. That's right, you already know what I'm talking about. A little place called Combos.
And I really don't care how big of an asspull this is. This song is unironically so fucking heat, and everyone deserves to listen to it. Combos is riddled with inside jokes and callbacks to the previous events of Thunderfield. And to be quite honest, these nuances build to the sound of the track and really show the passion for the entire project. The song itself has so many different layers and techniques, and just hailing from a more jazz standpoint, it's really a breath of fresh air from everything else that Thunderfield has to offer. I'm just gonna let it play, and hopefully I'll see you at Combos, man. Just let it ride out.
You can melt all your worries away. So whether you're a king, a witch, or anything in between, there's a place for you here at Combos. Let's hear that saxophone again.
Number 2 goes to Thunderfield 274, Waking Up. I really don't know where to begin with this song. I don't. I mean, the song sounds to me like I am waking up. Like I've awoken in a deep, dark qualm that is foreign to me. And even though I don't know where I am, I'm not afraid. The air around me welcomes, and the water I lay envelops me in its tender and brisk embrace. The fact that Jörg can stimulate these kinds of imagery in my mind goes to show how powerful their ability to make music is, and this song is of no exception. Just take a listen and let yourself become enraptured. And without further ado, hailing at the number 1 spot, we have Thunderfield 218, The World's Ending Again.
The world's ending again. The world's ending again. Hope that this be different. Hoped I wouldn't see it through. But the world's ending for me and you. So
This song is somber and sweet, and to me it speaks of letting go and cutting ties that were never meant to be broken, which is something I can relate to. This song resonates out with powerful lyrics and manifests the ideation of vulnerability. Jörg encompassed soft destruction in such a beautiful way. Please, take a listen and let the Pumpkin Prince sing to you as their crown burns to cinders.
Kept on passing by. All these riches I've amassed will never compensate the regret I feel every day. I don't see your face. All alone, deep beneath the earth, I'm all alone, hoping it won't hurt. The world's ending again. Ending again. Told you that I loved you, told myself not to cry. The world's ending, but I'm not ready to die. So I'll burn this patch that I grew for you, blow it all to hell. Isn't that what you'd want me to do? You never needed anything I brought to your side. The man who had it all, guess I wasn't worth your time. Maybe
I Yeah. So it's currently 11 p.m. at night. That was really redundant, and I don't really have anything else funny to say. Though we ran out of talent. So we're starting to move on to all the forgotten cast members, if that makes up for anything. So the fourth member of Thunderfield is none other than the lost soul N. To be quite honest, I have no fucking idea what N is. And neither do they, apparently, but I don't really understand that. But they still make music, so that's cool. Though, even with the MIDI, I think they should personally give up. Like, little bro, it's about time you found a new hobby. It ain't doing you any favors. Jokes aside, though, N is one of the most, if not the most slept-on member of the entire cast. With so many bangers and such a wide range of talent, I don't understand how they aren't the most popular, just because they're that good. With all that being said, though, let's go ahead and dive into their honorable mentions. The first honorable mention we have is probably going to have to be Thunderfield 658, titled, I Got a MIDI Keyboard, and to be honest, that won't change very much. Which is a very true title, to say the least. Though, regardless, even though the song is just a jumble of notes half the time, it gives the song character and a uniqueness that no other Thunderfield song captures. It's whimsical and fun without even trying too hard to do so. The second honorable mention is going to be Thunderfield 567, titled The Last of It, which is all one word. A common theme to note of most end tracks is that they are all relatively short, though this particular style of bite-sized music adds to the flavor that N is going for, I feel, and this track is of no exception. Starting off simple, the track eventually builds into a more sinister tonality, and unfurls its wings with beautifully orchestrated string movements. Truly a phenomenal track, and I wish it could be in the top 5. Sitting in at number 5, we have another short track similar to the last, Thunderfield 653, titled Stick Rock. While short, it is still driven by the complex nature of N's style, with numerous nuances of piano and arpeggiated guitar just layered upon one another. This song is something that would play in a fast-paced dungeon crawl, and to be honest, I really dig that. Here's some gameplay of mine from Pixel Dungeon. I fucking love Pixel Dungeon. The number 4 spot goes to Thunderfield 663, Midnight Rye Blue Rail. I gotta say, I really like this song. It's so airy and bubbly while also maintaining a level of washiness that's hard for me to explain. It feels nostalgic, as if this song was playing throughout my entire childhood, even though I hadn't even heard of this song until recently. To be honest, I'll just let this song play for a little bit and speak for itself, and I'll allow myself to melt away onto the Rye Blue Rail. Alrighty, so the big 3 for N are all immaculate. Number 3 goes to Thunderfield 323, Continental Landing. The opening guitar in particular on this one sticks with me. It walks gently, and its warm and gentle tones cradle me in its arms. N paints a beautiful picture of what I feel to be acceptance. He speaks of acceptance of what we are as people, and it's framed in such a way that makes me feel glad to be alive, an understanding of what I am as a human.
I can't be bothered to stray from your group. It's obvious place. There's all that takes place on an island of fleece. So high up I could eat the sun. I could spend the night on the run, chasing change, breaking face and knees, and what we become on this planet. What we become on this planet. What we become on this planet.
In second place, we have Thunderfield 427, Decay of the Photo and the Locket. I personally feel that this is a masterpiece of a song. The way the sounds of the song run over each other, in many instances all at once. I'm a big fan for quirky songs and oddities, and this song is chock full of them. It then mounts and mellows to a warm synth track, one that sounds like agony of loss. And I can't help but stand paralyzed as I listen to this song and retreat into myself. It takes the voice of my soul and speaks in tongues and beckons questions that I cannot answer. Created such a powerful song here, and I think this is one of the best Thunderfield tracks to date. And without a doubt, N's #1 track, and arguably the best Thunderfield track, is Thunderfield 100, Title Theme Reprise.
Stare into the mirror, but don't answer the piece. Stare until you make it.
This song is another epic collaborative effort from the other Thunderfield members, but what I feel elevates this song is N's lyrics.
Hold my hand and we'll stay till the end of time.
The sheer will that they carry and their message hit me to my very core. And the words that he speaks rattle my presence. I don't even know where to begin on this song, so I'll just let it play. Truly, allow yourself to walk beside the lost soul, and let yourself wander the lands of Thunderfield in search of something greater.
All stay every day. It has to be this way. It's gonna be okay. How can we be looking at the same thing? I think, honey, please, I need the kiss.